Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the webinar on the Manage Engine integration between Manage Engine products and macmon. My name is Boris Bischoff, and I'm Technical Marketing Manager, and with me is the fantastic Matthias Nefska, which is our International Sales Manager. I think we're going to this webinar on time. And everybody who joins a little later is more than welcome to do so. Buenos dias to everybody in Spain and buongiorno to everybody in Italy. I'm very happy to do this webinar for you today. And we are recording right now. And if you have any questions, please let us know in the chat. Yes, let's dive right into it. Yeah, as already told, we have done some integration on Manage Engine Mobile Device Manager Plus, Manage Engine Patch Manager Plus, and Manage Engine Desktop Central. And in the next few minutes, I want to tell you some things about macmon Secure, about my company, about our company, and later on about the use cases of this integration. That's how we roll. macmon Secure was founded in 2003 in Berlin, Germany. We have some 70 employees right now, and it's everything at one location. Besides from some sales staff, they are located in their offices all over Germany. But our technical support and our development staff is in-house in our headquarters in Berlin. We've got some 1,500 deployments all over Europe and a high customer satisfaction, and are BSI certified. BSI is the German authority for data security, and we are currently cooperating with leading vendors of network security technologies, and this is where the integrations come to play. So we have done integrations with Barracuda Networks and F-Secure, and we are still in the process of finding new ways to integrate with other security vendors. I will say some things about this later on. This is a quick overview of our technology partners and interfaces. So as I already told you, Barracuda, F-Secure, but as well there are integrations with FireEye, Mobile Iron, NCP, EgoSecure, Finally Safe. So you get the gist of we're doing a lot in this matter. And there are generic connections like we offer a REST API for inbound and outbound connections, and we divided those integrations in 4 big areas like asset management, compliance, identity stores, and infrastructure. So why network access control? Let's see what the use case usually is. So an employee moves to another internal office and is already connected to the corporate network, or a visitor registers their mobile phone to the guest portal of the network. And when they are connected, our system checks if the MAC address is already in the known devices, in the known endpoint devices of the corporate network. And to simplify the process, let's say the system checks if it's known to the macmon system or not. And if the MAC address is known to the macmon product, the device is allowed to be on the corporate network. And if the MAC address is not allowed, then the device is isolated by macmon, and an administrator is notified. So this is the lowest security level. The highest security level would be to use 802.1x certificate-based access solution, and this is what we support. but to only give you a quick overview of how network access control solutions come in handy in your productive environment. So we've got these three core topics, which is overview, NUC, and compliance. And overview is with our great GUI, you get a nice and quick overview over your company network, and you see what endpoint device is on the corporate network. With NAC, with the network access control, you get control over these endpoint devices, over these corporate endpoint devices. And with compliance, it's possible to have them specific devices isolated from the network. And this is where our integrations with two of the Managed Engine products come to play. And I will show you in a minute. So the use cases with Mobile Device Manager Plus is the following. We are retrieving endpoints from Managed Engine Mobile Device Manager Plus. You can see this Managed Engine installation on the top left in the cloud. So it's a cloud-based product that is located somewhere in a data center in the internet. And you have the macmon installation, which is on-premise. And this is linked to a switch, and the endpoint is attached to the switch. So what now happens is we are retrieving endpoint information of the Managed Engine Mobile Device Manager Plus solution. And this provides information on endpoints like the resource health status. And we are now analyzing the last scan time of a specific endpoint. And if this exceeds a certain threshold, we derive the decision that this does not meet our compliancy criteria. Let's move through the use case. The first outcome would be if the amount of time passed is below the configured threshold, like if you have configured the threshold is supposed to be 3 days and the last scan time was 1 day ago, it's good. So the endpoint is set to compliant. And it's green, it's compliant, everything's all right. The second outcome of this analysis could be the last scan time exceeds. So if you have configured it to be 3 days and the last scan time was 5 days ago, it's considered non-compliant. And now we're setting the non-compliant flag on this endpoint. And the consequence is that the switch port is shut down, or the endpoint is isolated and moved into another VLAN segment. And therefore, it's not allowed to use the network anymore, the ordinary network anymore. The Patch Manager Plus solution is rather similar. So we have this Managed Engine Patch Manager Plus in the cloud and the macmon on-premise. And we are now retrieving endpoints from this Managed Engine installation and get some information on the resource health status. And that's what we are analyzing. And there are 4 status that are provided by Managed Engine. If the resource health status is unknown, which is indicated by a 0, there is no action at all. If the resource health status is healthy, which is indicated by a 1, the endpoint is set to compliant. And if yes, and it's compliant. So green, it's green lighted. If the resource health status is vulnerable, the endpoint is set to almost non-compliant. This is something we can set, and the administrator can decide what the consequence, the reaction should be to the compliance status, almost non-compliant. And the 4th status is highly vulnerable, which is indicated by a 3. The endpoint is set to non-compliant. And then it's red flagged and set to non-compliant. The device is then moved into another VLAN segment, or the switch port is shut down. so the endpoint device is no harm to the network anymore. And we've talked a lot about compliance, and here's a quick peek into our GUI. And this is what I've meant with a quick and nice overview. You can see in this GUI with the red and green color, and I guess with an orange color in the case of almost non-compliant, you can see the compliance status of all your endpoints in our GUI. So at one glance, you can see what device needs to be healed and what device is in good condition and in good health. The last integration is the Manage Engine Desktop Central integration, which is a little bit different because the first two were compliance integrations, and the Desktop Central is like an asset management integration and works a little different. So with this integration, it's possible to retrieve endpoint information from the Manage Engine Desktop Central installation in the cloud. And with the information provided on the endpoints, we are able to add all the devices we learn from Manage Engine Asset Management and incorporate it into our database. So we feed our own database with every information we can gather about printers and desktop computers and laptop computers that are already in the Manage Engine Desktop Central database and feed it into our database. So we have extended knowledge of what device is already listed in the IT administrators database that is then handled by the Manage Engine Desktop Central installation. And so we can learn about the network. These integrations will be included in the GUI. So the first two, the compliance ones, are already integrated in the macmon GUI. You can see there are some nice tiles, and we will add the third tile for the Desktop Central solution, I guess, in the next version. And if you click on the tile, you get a nice configuration dialog that only asks what is needed for macmon to speak with the Manage Engine installation. So we need the URL that is provided by your Manage Engine product, the API key, and we need to have an interval on to indicate the interval in minutes at which data is being retrieved from the Manage Engine product. And then you click on Active and on OK, and everything gets going. We will offer you as macmon partners or prospects some documentation on what to do with screenshots and with the use cases to use this as a point in discussions with customers and to offer cross-selling potential. In terms of licensing, a quick word. The premium bundle, so we are offering network and premium bundles, and the premium bundle covers all compliance features that is needed by Manage Engine Mobile Device Manager Plus and Patch Manager Plus. And the network bundle covers the asset management features that is needed by Manage Engine Desktop Central. Let's have a quick look on what is the network bundle and what is the premium one. The network bundle includes topology, advanced security VLAN manager, 802.1x support, and the guest service. And with the premium bundle comes the compliance features, and then we offer some add-ons. That is a path viewer, which shows past network sessions all over the network. So you can see what endpoint device was attached to what switch on the corporate network. You have the switch viewer add-on that is extremely helpful to configure switches and to have a quick overview of all switches that are attached to your corporate network, and we have the scalability feature that makes macmon work on a cluster of machines. But for this managed engine integrations, only the orange and blue parts of this cake are interesting. Yes, and this is something Matthias should absolutely say something to. This is the licensing that concerns NAC Smart. So if you've got any questions, please let Matthias know regarding the pricing of the NAC Smart solution. And let's quickly move on. That was the presentation for now. We have here the contact data for all our Italian partners and prospects, which is Bludis in Rome. And those are the contact data of Ireo in Madrid. And yes, this is the contact data of macmon Secure in Berlin, Germany. And we'd love to hear from you. If you've got any questions, please contact us via telephone or by email. You can visit our website. And if you've got any questions regarding this specific webinar right now, please let us know in the chat room. And I hear some noise. Matthias, is it you?
Hello.
Yes, Matthias.
Yes, I'm here right now. It's time for questions. I think this was a quick overview of the integration, which is already in place in our product. So about the maybe Boris, you can switch back to the NAC Smart to add some few things
Sure.
about our SMB bundling. This was launched in October 2019, specialized just for small customers, because I think there are also a lot of SMB customers in Italy, in Spain, and also in Germany. And the reason for that was to be more, let's say, available or more visible for also small customers. And the reason for doing such kind of pricing was because of the reason that most of the IT decision makers are able to decide by themselves up to 5,000 euros. And I think from the pricing perspective, this will be really, really attractive to customers. And just to give you a number, before this launch, the product was set around about for 14,000 euros. So we reduced the pricing just for SMB, for the SMB bundling for 3 years in a maximum of 5,000 euros. So there are 4 different bundles possible, up to 150 nodes with a virtual appliance or a hardware appliance, and up to 250 nodes also with a virtual or hardware appliance. So I think for customers, for medium and small customers, this could be really attractive in case of pricing. And of course, this is for 3 years, not just 1. So if there are further open questions there about the NAC Smart, or if there are customers above 250 nodes, let us know, ask your distribution partner, ask us. So from my point of view, there are no further comments. I don't know if there are some more comments from you, from the participants. Please use the chat. Please use your distribution partner. So right now, time for questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Matthias. It seems like there are no questions right now, but we will, I guess we will decide later on how to proceed with this recording. So we have it right now. And I guess we will provide this recording to you guys. And if you are interested, we can provide the slideshow as well, I guess. So if there are no questions, I would like to stop the recording. And thank you for your interest in our product, in the integrations with Manage Engine. And have a great day. And talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thanks to all. Bye. Have a nice day.